A battle over job security. Unions versus the White House. In the midst of a prolonged federal government shutdown, a legal battle has erupted, with unions representing federal employees taking on the Trump administration. The dispute centers around mass firings at the Interior Department, despite a court order temporarily halting layoffs during the shutdown. The legal fight unveiled. Two federal employee unions, the American Federation of Government Employees and the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, have sued to block what they describe as politically motivated reductions in force, RIFs. The unions argue that these RIFs are an attempt to exploit the shutdown to impose structural changes on the government. Credible sources and court documents. In a court declaration, Attorney Danielle Leonard revealed that multiple credible sources had indicated the Interior Department's plans to lay off thousands starting on Monday. This disclosure raised concerns about compliance with the court's order. When the plaintiffs confronted government lawyers, a Justice Department attorney assured them that the administration would provide the required information the next day. In line with the court's order, Judge steps in. U.S. District Judge Susan Illston, concerned about the potential violation, moved up the deadline for the government to provide an accounting of all RIFs. She requested details on the number of affected employees and the programs targeted for cuts to be submitted by 2 p.m. ET on Friday. The administration's response. The Trump administration had previously informed the court that federal agencies had initiated the RIF process at 8 agencies, impacting just over 4,000 people. However, this figure was slightly revised downward with the disclosure that around 800 employees in the Department of Health and Human Services had received erroneous layoff notices, a temporary victory for the unions. After a hearing, Judge Illston granted the unions a temporary restraining order, halting the October 10th layoff notices and preventing new firings until a hearing on a permanent injunction scheduled for October 28th. Illston criticized the administration's approach as ready, fire, aim, suggesting they were using the funding lapse to bypass laws and impose their preferred structures. White House pushback. In response, White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt labeled Judge Illston as another far-left partisan judge. Leavitt defended the administration's actions as legal and described the layoffs as an unfortunate consequence of the government shutdown. And here's where it gets controversial. The legal battle highlights a potential power struggle between the executive branch and the judiciary, with the White House facing criticism for its handling of the RIFs. The outcome could have significant implications for federal employees and the government's ability to operate during shutdowns. What's your take? Do you think the administration's actions are justified, or is this an abuse of power? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's discuss.